Prahladanand Jai Vishnu. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Ghananjana Salakaya Chaksur Unmuritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuddha Parakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagujatam Sahagana Vaganatam Vitam Tham Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Pujana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shiva Sakans Vitamscha Hey Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Takta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Siddhadevi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakapatubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Pranityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I think we should try English. Yes. Well, not so easily. Is it? I think we'll have a better chance this way. I have it on my computer. Okay. Te Deva Siddha Parigita Pravitragata Ye Saravas Samadrisho Bhagavat Prapana Kano Pasidata Hare Garaya Viguptan Naisham Vayam Nachavayak Pravama Dande Te Deva Siddha Parigita Pavitragata Ye Sarava Samadrisho Bhagavat Prapana Tano Prasidata Harer Garaya Biguptan Naisham Vayam Nachavayak Prabhavamadande Te Deva Siddha parigita pravitragata.
Ye sadhava samadrisho bhagavat prapannaha.
Ye sadhava samridisho bhagavat prapanna.
Tananopasidat hare gadayabhigupta.
Tanapasida hare gadayabhiguptan.
Naisham vayam nachavaya prabhavama dande.
Samvayam nachavaya prabhavama dande. Evasira parigita pavitragata.
Je sadhava samdrisha bhagavat prapanna. Tanopasidat hare gadaya vigoptan. Nekham vayam nachak vaya prabhavama dande.
Ladies, Devasira parigita pavitragata.
Sadhava samadrisho bhagavat prapanna. Tanopasidat hare gadaya viguptan. Naisham vayam nachavaya prabhavama dande.
Ladies, Maharajis, they, Deva, by the demigods, Siddha, and the inhabitants of Siddhaloka, Parigita, sung, Pavitragata, whose pure narrations, yea, who, Sadhava, devotees, Samadrisha, who see everyone equally, Bhagavat Prapanna, being surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Tan, them, Na, not, Upasidata, should go near, Hare, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Gadaya, by the club, Abhiguptan, being fully protected, Na, not, Esham, of these, Vayam, we, not cha, and also not, Vayha, unlimited time, Prabhavama, are competent, Dande, in punishing. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. My dear servants, please do not approach such devotees, for they have fully surrendered to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are equal to everyone, and their narrations are sung by the demigods and the inhabitants of Siddhaloka. Please do not even go near them. They are always protected by the club of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore Lord Brahma and I, and even the time factor, are not competent to chastise them. Purport. In effect, Yamaraj warned his servants, my dear servants, despite what you have done, may have done previously to disturb the devotees, henceforward you should stop. The actions of devotees who have surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Lord and who constantly chant the holy name of the Lord are praised by the demigods and the residents of Siddhaloka. Those devotees are so respectable and exalted that Lord Vishnu personally protects them with his club, with the club in his hand. Therefore, regardless of what you have done this time, henceforward you should not approach such devotees. Otherwise you will be killed by the club of Lord Vishnu. This is my warning. Lord Vishnu has a club and chakra to punish non-devotees. Do not risk punishment by attempting to disturb the devotees. Not to speak of you, if even Lord Brahma or I were to punish them, Lord Vishnu would punish us. Therefore do not disturb the devotees any further. So the translation again. My dear servants, please do not approach such devotees, for they have fully surrendered to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are equal to everyone, and their narrations are sung by the demigods and the inhabitants of Siddhaloka. Please do not even go near them. They are always protected by the club of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore Lord Brahma and I, and even the time factor, are not competent to chastise them. Namo Vishnu Vidaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutaya Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tanamane Namaste Saraswatunde Ve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Srinivadi Paskyatyade Satarane. Sixth canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam deals with Poshana, or protection. Now, how the Lord protects the devotees will be explained, or is being explained here. And in one sense, it's not a very simple subject matter. We find in the Bhagavatam so many examples where the devotees are put into difficulty. Matter of fact, the whole Bhagavatam is full of difficulty. And the amazing thing about the difficulty in the Bhagavatam is that, especially Queen Kunti, she's praying for more and more difficulty. So see how fortunate we are, because in Kali Yuga we don't even have to pray for difficulty. We're being granted difficulty spontaneously. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, we have Prahlad Maharaj trying to be killed by his father. We have Ashvatthama trying to kill the Pandavas, Rakshasas trying to eat them, their own relatives trying to poison them and burn them. We find Lord Ramachandra, his own father, is telling him to go into the forest. Lord Ramachandra is banishing Sita into the forest. There's definitely a good part of the ghastly rasa in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And generally speaking, Prahlad is protected, Dhruva is protected, the Pandavas are protected, but Jatayu apparently wasn't protected. So what actually is protection? Anukulyasya sankalpe pratikulyasya varjana rakshisya titi vishvaso goptrive varnam data. That in our 6 stages of surrender, accept everything favorable. If we accept everything favorable, is that protection? If we reject things that are unfavorable, do we get more protection? If we believe that Krishna is going to protect us, do we get more protection? Or is that as soon as we put on a dhoti or a sari and we put on tilak, then automatically nothing can harm us? But we find that apparently that's not always the case. But ultimately, what is protection? Is it just physical protection? Is it spiritual protection? Is it mental protection? Obviously, we can chant our rounds, and we find out that it's a reciprocation between ourselves and Krishna's devotees, how much we're being protected, especially on the mental platform. Otherwise, why do we have the 10 offenses? If everyone who puts on tilak and a dhoti or a sari sits down and chants Hare Krishna, then the mind, Krishna will immediately send the Sudarshan chakra, and if any thought comes to our mind other than pure devotional service, the Sudarshan chakra will burn it into ashes. But we don't find that. There's an element of our own surrender that has to be there. So what is that surrender? Anukulyasya sankalpe. We have to accept things favorable for pure devotional service. In other words, what is favorable for pure devotional service? What is the most favorable thing? It's to come into the association of devotees and hear about Krishna. Of course, we can do agyata sukriti, we can unknowingly perform some devotional service, get some prasadam, or hear the holy name. But ultimately, if we want to be protected, we have to find out what's to be done and what's not to be done. And we can only factually find out what's to be done in this world and what's not to be done if we hear from the devotees. One time I was with Srila Prabhupada in Buffalo in 1969, and every day I had the good fortune to be with Prabhupada for at least 3 or 4 hours a day, and sometimes Prabhupada would just sit there preaching to me and another devotee. And when I spaced out, Prabhupada would start chastising me. In any case, one time I asked Prabhupada a question. I said, Srila Prabhupada, if Krishna wants me to do something, or if Krishna doesn't want me to do something, how do I know what Krishna wants me to do? And Prabhupada just started to laugh. And I was bewildered. And he said, you won't know what to do. You'll do the wrong thing. And then he kept on laughing. And then he took one look at me in my bewildered state, and he gave me the most compassionate look I ever saw. So we have to find out what's to be done and what's not to be done. Otherwise, we're going to do the wrong thing. Krishna is protecting us in the beginning by hearing from the devotees what's to be done and what's not to be done. And then we have to believe it. We actually have to believe that if we do what's supposed to be done, then Krishna will protect us in so many different ways. And we should believe that if we do what's not supposed to be done, Krishna is not going to protect us. Instead, Maya will come to try to protect us. And how does Maya protect us? Because Maya also means mercy in Sanskrit. So how does Maya protect us? She slaps us. Whack, you rascal. You're going the wrong way. No, I'm not. Whack, you're going, yes, you are. No, I'm not. Whack. So Maya is also protection, so that up to a point we can deviate, but we can deviate quite a bit, especially in Kali Yuga, when we get all the wrong information. All our near and dear friends and relatives, generally speaking, Kali Yuga, are all going in the wrong direction, and they're impelling us to go in the wrong direction with them. As Srila Prabhupada said, one priest is telling someone that if you drink alcohol, then you're going to go to hell. But the man says, but my mother drinks alcohol. Well, she's going to go to hell. But my father, he also drinks alcohol. Well, he's going to go to hell too. But all my brothers and sisters, they're all drinking alcohol. Well, they're all going to hell. But my friends and relatives, they all drink alcohol. Well, they're going to hell too. So the conclusion is, if my mother, my father, my sisters, my brothers, my friends, my relatives, they're all going to hell, then hell is heaven. So even though we know it's wrong, but if there's enough social pressure, then we do the wrong thing. And Kali Yuga means, from the beginning of life, we're being misdirected. As soon as we're born, everyone is going, well, first they slap us. Welcome. Chant and be happy. And then immediately after, oh, you're so cute. Yes, yes, yes. I'm the center of the universe. And we're trained up, yes, yes. Get money, 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 sweeter than honey. The professional soldier, the thief, and the merchant, they'll risk their very dear lives to get money and then spend it for sense gratification. So that's Kali Yuga. Simply economic development for sense gratification, no information about real Dharma, no information about liberation, only economic development for sense gratification. So everyone is being trained up to go to hell. Previously people would go to hell, but they had to walk, but now they can go to hell in a jet plane. First class. Therefore, the mercy of protection Krishna is giving begins with chanting Hare Krishna, hearing about Krishna, Maya Saktam Manat Parata, hearing not only about Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, full of six opulences, but also how everyone and everything is related to Krishna. That's our Siddhanta, that's our Sambandha. That as soon as we forget everything is Krishna's property, then immediately Krishna Bahira Mukha Bhoga Vancha Tare Nikatasta Tare Japati Adare. Then Maya, who's standing right by us, as soon as we try to enjoy the material nature, as soon as we start thinking something could be mine in the material nature, apart from being Krishna's, then immediately Maya comes and slaps us into material consciousness. So protection means to look around in this world and gradually understand how everyone and everything is Krishna's property. And in order to understand that, we not only have to hear that, but we have to engage Krishna's property in Krishna's service. So the next level of protection is we start chanting Vaidhi Sanana Bhakti, where we can hear and chant about Krishna and learn what's to be done and what's not to be done. And ultimately, it all comes down to the formula Smarta Vyaksaratam Vishnor Vismartak Jatana Kinchit Sarva Vidi Nisedyasyor Atyar Eva Kinkara. Ultimately, real protection comes down, all the vidis, all the nishedas, is to always remember Krishna and never to forget him. But not like Kamsa, who's always remembering Krishna and never forgetting him, but like the pure devotees, like Prahlad Maharaj, always remembering Krishna in pure devotion, in pure love, as Prabhupada said, like a child calling for its mother. Therefore, Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, you were practicing remembering Krishna through chanting japa, through worshipping the deities, through hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, through serving the devotees, and through making the atmosphere spiritual by preaching or by living in a holy place or making a place holy by converting it into a temple. Because ultimately, yam yam vapi smaran bhavan tyajan yanti kalevaram. Ultimately, protection will be whatever we think of at the time of our leaving this body, that's where we're going. And if we think of something, Prabhupada said, uncongenial, then we may have to take a birth in a lower species of life. On the other hand, if we become absorbed in Krishna's name, his form, his quality, and his pastimes, or Srila Prabhupada writes, then one should organize his life in such a way that throughout the 24 hours a day, one cannot help but think about Krishna. And the Lord's promise is that such a devotee is sure to go back to the spiritual world. So what is Prabhupada's management process of organizing our lives? This is the purport to Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mame Vaishasi Satyam Te Prati Jani Priyo Sime. What is the formula? Manmana. Hear about Krishna so we can think about him. We can see things in relationship to him. Or as Prabhupada writes, as Krishna, it says in the verse, that Vidya Vanaya Sampane Brahmani Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Swapake Cha Pandita Samadarshanaha. The humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge, see with an equal vision the learned and gentle Brahman, the cow, the elephant, the dog, and the dog-eater. So the equanimity of the mind, this is the beginning of our knowledge of devotional service. And what is that equanimity that we're being taught? Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma Nashokshiti Nakangshiti Samak Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Labate Param. Give up hankering. Hankering for what? We're hankering because we want to control the material universe in some way or another, without asking first what Krishna wants me to do with the universe. Yes, by nature we're a controller, and we have a body meant to control something, but we should first ask Krishna what he wants us to do. Then when it becomes clear what Krishna wants us to do with his body or our mind or our words, then of course we're going to control something, but not independently of Krishna's service. And the enjoying. And if we're actually utilizing this body, mind, and words in Krishna's service under the direction of Krishna's representatives, then we'll actually enjoy the association of Krishna and his pure devotees and devotional service. But when we look around in the material world, what we want to enjoy and control separately from Krishna, then someone becomes my friend, someone becomes my enemy, someone is useless, they have nothing to do with the drama that I think I'm going through, they cannot help me, they're not going to harm me, therefore they're useless. Just disappear. You have no value in this universe. So we can give up this hankering to become the center of attention and enjoy the others in this material existence. Then we can see everyone equally as Krishna's eternal servant. And that's what we're hearing about. That's the Sabandha. Everything is meant for Krishna's pleasure. Everything is being controlled by Krishna. And if we accept that, then we'll be in the spiritual energy. And if we don't accept that, then we'll be in the external energy. So we hear about Krishna and then Mad Bhakta, become Krishna's devotee. Start chanting Hare Krishna, 16 rounds, 1 round. Come do some sadhana, associate with the devotees, learn the process of devotional service, become Krishna's devotee. Put Krishna into one's life. This is what we're trying to inspire people. That's why we go out and ask people to come to the temple so that they can take up the process of sadhana bhakti. Then they get Krishna's protection because they remember Krishna more and they remember what they're supposed to be doing and what they're not supposed to be doing. They know how to please Krishna, and therefore they come under the internal energy even more. We cannot protect this body, because which body are we going to protect? At every moment our body's dying. We have one body one moment, we have another body the next moment. So the body we had the moment before has died. No one's crying, oh my body, I walked into the temple, it disappeared, where is it? Maybe I can find it somewhere. No, the body's already dead. The only thing that keeps the body alive, apparently alive, is the fact that there's a soul in the body directed by the super soul. Therefore, apparently it's alive. We cannot save the body from apparently death, but we don't have to worry about death because the body doesn't even die. Something that's already dead can't die. But we're as good as dead unless we become dead, unless we become conscious of Krishna. Therefore, we ask people to chant Hare Krishna, take up japa beads in their hand, chant, put an altar in the house, worship the deities, take some books home with them, hear about Krishna. So that's protection. One lady, one Mataji, her mother was dying. And she said, "Mother, chant Hare Krishna." And the mother, right before she died, she said, "I cannot say so many words." And then she left her body. So she was not protected. And another devotee said that right before her father died, her father was not very favorable, but became a little favorable right before he was leaving his body. And then right before he died, he asked his daughter, "Is Krishna here?" And then he left. So that's good association. So we want to inspire people to take up the process. That's really protecting them to some extent. But that's not the end of it. The next stage is become serious about the process. Chant 16 rounds. Follow 4 regular principles. Not 3. 4. Not 3. No meat, no fish, and no eggs. I want to follow 4 regular principles. And the chanting of Hare Krishna, the process of devotional service, gives one spiritual strength to follow the principles more strictly. And then we want people to come to a higher stage. So Krishna says, Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakta Madhyaji, worship Krishna in the association of devotees. Come to the temple regularly and Sankirtan. Worship in small groups, in big groups. Glorify Krishna, serve Krishna's mission. Participate in youth ministry, devotee care ministry. So many different services are available. Become more serious to not only dedicate one's words, but also one's intelligence. and one's wealth in the service of Krishna. Become Krishna's devotee. And then namaskaru, surrender to Krishna. Utilize all one's assets, one's body, mind, words, and one's very life in the service of Krishna. Then that's really Poshana. But even that's not the end. Then we have to become a serious devotee. And serious devotee means, yes, we love Krishna, we try to love Krishna, we try to cooperate with the devotees and worship Krishna together. We also have to try and help the innocent. And we have to avoid the atheists. So Krishna doesn't end the Bhagavad Gita at 1866 of surrender. He continues, idam te na tapaskaya, na bhaktaya na kachana, na cha shushushave vacham, na cha yobisuyati. Know who to associate with, who to help, who not to help. We should know our capacity to spread the Krishna consciousness movement, and who to associate with, who not to associate with, either physically or even mentally. We don't have to go to the bar nowadays. We don't even have to go to the brothel. It's all there on the internet. You just have to type a few letters and you're there. You can go from the Vaikuntha to hell at the speed of the internet. And if you have a fast connection, you can get there faster. So we look at our association. Is this person austere? Is this person devoted to Krishna? Are these people envious of Krishna? Then we can know if we're in good association or not. But that's not even the end of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, ya idam paramam guyam mad bhakteshva badashati bhakti mai param kritva mame vaishatya samshaya. In this world, even amongst all the pure devotees, all the serious devotees, the one who's actually going out and preaching Krishna consciousness, he's the most dear to me. And no one will become more dear to me than him at any time. That's the greatest protection. Then one is assured to go back to the spiritual kingdom. Muchukunda, he saw personally Krishna within the cave. After Kalyavana got burnt to ashes by the glance of Muchukunda, and he woke up and he saw Lord Vishnu in the cave, and he prayed to him. And what was the benediction that Lord Vishnu gave? Krishna gave? He said, in your next lifetime, you will become a Vaishnava and you'll go and preach Hare Krishna. You'll preach Krishna consciousness. That's the greatest benediction. That's the greatest protection. That's the greatest assurance of getting Krishna's mercy. One time some devotees, they went to, this was in the early 70s, some sannyasis, they went to one temple in Vrindavan. And the priest was so impressed by their offering and their worship. He said, you're doing so nicely, you're worshiping Krishna, that I bless you in your next lifetime. You can take birth in Vrindavan and become a pujari. And the sannyasis at that time went back and they told Srila Prabhupada that we went to this temple in Vrindavan and the priest blessed us, and in our next lifetime we can become a priest in Vrindavan. And Prabhupada said, you should go back and tell that pujari, if he keeps on chanting Hare Krishna and he's a good priest in Vrindavan, by the mercy of the preachers, and in his next lifetime he may become a preacher in the West. So the conclusion is, if we really want Krishna's protection, there's a process of getting it. And Krishna gives it in the Bhagavad Gita. He gives it, all the literature is there. Hear from the devotees. Try to practice devotional service, and then Krishna will give us more and more intelligence how to become serious about devotional service and how to give up things that draw our mind away from Krishna. And when Krishna sees that we're serious, not only in our practice, but also in our renunciation, then tesham eva nukam partam aham agyana jam tamaha nasham yapmabhavasto gyana dipena bhashvata. Then Krishna, out of his compassion, he sees we're struggling to become a devotee. We're struggling to give up our bad habits. When he sees that, out of compassion, he gives himself to us. And when Krishna gives his very self to us, then the result is we become ecstatic in love for Krishna, and everything else is taken care of. So the process of pure devotional service is the process of mercy, is the process of protection, is what we're trying to practice, as is the gift that we're giving to others. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Any questions, comments?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj, for telling so nicely that what is real protection. Maharaj, in the beginning you were mentioning that you're telling about getting misdirected or deviated, and you're telling due to so much information. My small question is, Maharaj, that what makes anyone believe that wrong information or such things?
What makes one believe what?
The wrong information.
The wrong information.
Yeah.
Well, come to the material world. Maya is an excellent preacher. She has book distribution going on since time immemorial, which is incredible. She established Amazon.com herself. You can just find so much wrong information. So that's what Prahladanand Maharaj, when he saw Shukadeva Goswami, he finally got the answer. He asked the question. There are so many sages from all over the universe. They all came. He was asked, what should I do now that I'm about to die? And everyone gave them a different answer, until Shukadeva Goswami came, and he asked, what is the duty of one who's about to die? And Shukadeva Goswami became enlivened. He didn't say, oh, you're a little morose, I'm sorry to hear that. No, he said, actually, Varyanesha te prashna krita lokita ripaha atmavat samatam punsam shrotavyadishu yak praha. That questions like this self are actually beneficial. Finally, someone asked a good question. What is the duty of someone who's about to die? I remember when Bhakti Prahladanand Maharaj used to say that when he was younger, he went to his mother and said, Mother, what happens when I die? So his mother became very concerned and said, are you feeling sick? They can't answer the question, so they try to avoid it. They have to avoid it. But Prahladanand Maharaj asked the question, what's the duty of one who's about to die? And Shukadeva Goswami immediately responded that this is a great question. And then he says, Shrauti Vyadishu Rajendra Shrinam Shanti Sahasrashaha Apashitam Atmatattvam Griheshu Grihamedina. The point is, if we don't hear from a pure devotee, then we're going to hear hundreds and thousands of things, hundreds and thousands of questions and answers all about sense gratification. If we don't hear about Dharma, we don't hear about liberation, that's all we're going to hear is about sense gratification and economic development. And we're going to be bewildered. We're already bewildered. Anyone who's taken birth in the material existence is already bewildered. It doesn't take anything very much to bewilder one even more. And what to speak of when the whole universe is bewildered. But Prabhupada said if you light a match in a dark room, then the darkness can't put the match out. So a little knowledge goes a long way. Association with the devotees is so valuable that only in the association of devotees can we get some inspiration to take up the path of devotional service and follow it. Otherwise, the influence of the external energy is so powerful that even a Mahabhagavat, Swarup Damodar told Bhagavan Acharya, that even a Mahabhagavat, if he gets bad association, even he can be put into difficulty. So what to speak of our tiny little selves? Anything else? Okay, thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande.